and a fish monster commission. I want to thank you all. Sorry that the camera just shook a little bit there, but as I do this, I want to just say thank you for being here today, and it's gonna be great. So I have Japa Chupacabra. This is one of my favorites. People that love Japa Chupacabra. So I'm in the process of making another Japa Chupacabra. So this is Japa Chupacabra for a customer, and as you can see, it's not complete. So this one here is a completed Japa, the original Japa. That's on my Etsy, and then this one here is a Jappy copy, Jappy copy, Jappy copy, copy of Japa, Japa copy, the Japa copy. The Jappy original, Jappy copy, Japa, 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 copy of Japa. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to paint them. I'm not only him only, I'm going to paint also this one here, which is a copy of Jimba. So we have yours a Japa, and you have yourself a Jimba. So this is Jimba Chupacabra. Jimba Chupacabra is a copy, and this is a copy of Japa. Blah 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 blah. This is a copy of Jimba. This is Jimba the original, and this is a copy of Jimba Chupacabra. Why they're there is because they're being suspended by their feet, so they can actually be dry. So yes, as you can see, there's some seal on them as well. So this is a Japa. This is Jimba. This is Japa. This is Japa. This is Jimba. Sorry, Jimba and Jimba. Jimba. I'm gonna give it the paint and also the Japa and the Japa copy. All right, so I'm gonna give the paint and the Japa copy of the paint. So this is what I do whenever I'm doing my artwork and stuff. So, and again, my stuff is versatile, so I can actually do that, and it won't break because it's made of durable masking tape. And so there you have it. There you have it, folks. So let's go ahead and start the party, shall we? Let's talk about your favorite fish monster. Now, those of you who have been watching my program know that I like gremlins, and so I was blessed today to actually get a gremlin. But I have my old gremlin. This is my gremlin Gizmo, right? And I have Gizmo here, and I actually made a video of the Gizmo that I have. That's so you can actually see that Gizmo and look and see for yourself the cool Gizmo on my other video. But here, this one here, I made a Gizmo eyes, and this is a ping pong ball eyes and stuff. So here you have that. I'm able to just kind of spin it around. I just want to say hello to all who attended. I'm going to show you, I'm going to be doing a painting of, this is Jimba, and this is a copy of Jimba. So this is Jimba and a copy, Jimba copy, Jimba and Jimba copy, right? So this is a masking tape, it looks like. This is what it's like before. Well, actually after, to see what I'm, just to go ahead and form, this is what it's like. Yeah, that's one. The other one, this is kind of like my workstation area, and so this is like here, have it here. And so it's just pretty much just here in the kitchen. And it's been a long day at work, so I just wanted to show you. This is Japa. Japa, as you can find on my Etsy. Everybody loves this guy here. This is one of my favorite. I also one of the favorite people love the most is Japa. He has like a little fish. He's like a little goldfish, you know. Like a little walking goldfish with hands and feet. And I love his little belly. That's the best part of his belly. But yes, this little goldfish monster. It's a Japa Chupacabra. And this is Jimba. Jimba, spelled Gymba. Jimba Chupacabra. Okay, so now I've shown you Jimba and I've shown you Japa. Now I'm going to show you some of the other ones. These ones here are hanging down. This one here is the one that we had the car accident last year. And pretty much also my friend Manu, she has the baby version of this one. So Manu has the original baby version of this one. And this one is the copy. So this is the original, and this is the copy of the hammerhead salamander glow in the dark. These guys glow in the dark, and they're UV reflective. So that's pretty cool. These are the ones I do. If you're really interested in one of these, I could make them for you. Just let me know. But for the most part, though, this is a Jimba. Not Jimba. This is a six leg. I call them six legs. Like there's a kind of a creature called a basilisk, right? And it's a kind of like a dragon with 6 legs. So that's kind of the idea. But these are called Diplocalus. So 6-legged Diplocalus, and it's a bigger 6-legged Diplocalus. I'm gonna add the eyes to him, and also add the cool little tongue. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's one there, and of course, I'll show you guys some of the other stuff that I made. I'm gonna show you. I'm putting it up here because it's a little easier to have it like out of the way. I have it up here, right? So here's that. This here is. I want to show you. This is some Gizmo, and this is one of my gremlins. I call him Big Boy, because he's like he's one of the big ones, right? So you guys have seen Argus like 100 times, but I have hundreds of other ones that you guys haven't seen. But no, hundreds, like 23 other ones that you guys haven't seen. But this one here is a Big Boy. I'll show you a little boy. Well, I'm gonna show you a little boy real quick. Let me just walk right past you. Hold on. This one here is a little boy. The little boy. This little small one. Like, hello, I'm little boy. Okay, anyway, that's him right there. So the little one, the tiny one. He rides a spider, so this is he's a spider rider. And so my favorite spider is the jumping spider, which, I'm just gonna leave that there right now. I'm not gonna mess with that, but I'm gonna come back to you guys right here. Let's go ahead and work on this. So many people getting ready for Halloween and stuff like that, and I have been thinking about what I'm gonna wear for Halloween. And I think I'm gonna stay. I'm not gonna do the parade this year. Last year I did the parade, and the parade was really fun. You can see my parade. I have a parade. You can see it. The work that we did there. It's pretty cool. I was working on a mask, and I'll show you that one. I'll show you that mask. Let me show you real quick. This is my mask that I wore last year. This was my Diplocaulus mask I wore last year, and I have a Diplocaulus to go with it. And apparently I can't find him at the moment. He's probably like on a shelf somewhere. Anyway, so this is my Diplocaulus mask, and wherever I put him, he's always kind of like crooked. So I'm gonna wear it like this in the future, because what happens when I do it, it's like it looks kind of crooked. His eyes are just kind of crooked. I don't know, just like that, I guess. But like, what's up? But it's like, I don't know. I got to probably fix his eyeballs, but that's one here. He also glows in the dark. What I did was that I made him his masking tape, and he also has foam. So he has like almost like a hammerhead shark, but he has he has the face. I don't understand it. When you see like this, it's all perfectly balanced, right? It balanced really nicely. When I put, it's kind of balanced nicely. When I put it on my head, my head's crooked. I don't know. So what happens is I just see like this. You see that? That's a problem, right? I got to work on it. It's a problem. So yeah, I gotta adjust the eyes, or just gonna take it out and raise it up and be, hey, how you doing? I don't know. Anyway, so that's what I gotta work on. But this is my helmet I wore last year, and this is pretty cool. So it's a masking tape and foam. I use spray foam, which is this one. If you watch the video, I was using some of this spray foam here to foam tight to make the underside. The underside of this to where it's foam, but it's covered masking tape and masking tape on the other side too, so you can't see the foam, but if you look through some of the little seams, you might. But I try my best to make sure there's no seams you can see through, so you can't see the foam, because I don't know, somewhere it says that the foam is flammable. So masking tape, by the way, it's like it is flammable, so I mean, it can endure a lot of things, but if you put it in fire, it will. So just know that, okay? But he had the foam, and it just don't smoke around this thing, okay? That's all. Just don't smoke. That's one. So I have up here. You got a giant. You got the 6 legs. And you got this. I don't know what I call this one, but it glows in the dark. All the lights. For some reason, I just can't find my glow in the dark thing, so I'll find it. Anyway, I'm gonna show you some of the people I worked on before. Before I'd worked on this was a Michonne. This is a Michonne from the Walking Dead, and so it was really cool because I was doing the thing where I was doing painting with making jeans and stuff. So I'm making jeans and jean designs. So that was kind of the big thing there. So I made like a Michonne, and somebody said that she was not dark enough. I was like, shut up. So anyway, so that was the thing. So I didn't care too much. But anyway, I mean, because when you think about it, I made this other person, and some people said I should have made her dark like that. But you know what? I like this one here. This is from my this one's I call Erica, and this one here is Michonne. So this is a contrast, is a difference, and she's like. So that's what happens there. And what else we got? This one's been an anomaly for me. This one here, I call this one the Olma. This is a One Life Most Art. It's actually, I was making like the Kara Supergirl. Right, I could call it Superwoman because she's pretty much a woman. And what happened, Supergirl, and I just had the idea that instead of just making her Kara, from the Flash movie, I decided let me go ahead and make her into Olma, which is One Life Most Art. This is like my from my Instagram, One Life Most Art, Olma. And there, so I just designed on the back. It says One Life Most Art, and it was reversed, but One Life Most Art. All right, so you have that there. So she's like flying and all that, I don't know. I might do some more stuff with her. I think she's pretty cool, like structure and design, So it's pretty cool. So we'll see that and put it right here, right there. So hopefully she can stay put. Put it right here. I don't know. Just have her in the background somewhere. Stay there, Alma. See, one thing is like Alma, and so there's in Spanish, Alma is soul, So, and I had an aunt named Elma. So, anyway, so she's still alive, by the way, my aunt. And so, but Olma, and so and there's another thing too I was working on. I'll show you my dragon heart. My dragon heart sculpture. This is Draco, right, from Dragonheart. And so what happens was, like, this one, he was so big and his wings are so like massive. I had to actually put wires in it, so his wings actually have wires that'll hold the the shape, so I can actually bend it and it'll hold the shape. But see, usually I don't put wires in my stuff. This is just like one of the anomalies because he's Drago, and in his side of his mouth is a Bowen, with the with the mouth stretched something like I am the last one. I am the last one. So that's there with that. Okay, so let's get into painting and let's just start talking, shall we? You guys didn't come here to see me talk, you came here to see me paint. So let's do that real quick. And that's the cool thing about this stuff. You can do this, you can just chuck it. You can just chuck it like a bucket. So let's get started painting. So when I paint, I like to wear gloves because I hate my fingers getting dirty, believe it or not. Some artists love to get their fingers dirty, but I don't because I'm always like, and then all of a sudden I got paint all over me. The other day, by the way, that mask I had it hanging from right here, right? So every so often I kept on standing up. I kept on bashing it into my head. So I went to work with like yellow little dots in my hair. Even though I tried washing it out, something about acrylic just doesn't come out of your hair. So and I think that's kind of like the puffy paint acrylic, the 3D. It's like this part was like in my hair, but it was a yellow paint. So all right, let's go. So for the most part, though, you're probably wondering how in the world am I going to paint with all this stuff here? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. I have this trusty dusty thing here. This is my palette paper, right? And this is my paper I use as palette paper. And what I do, I rest it on my lap, as well as I grab the one I want to work with. So for example, this is orange, and so orange is the Japa. So we're going to do the Japa right here. As you normally I have a class for this, by the way, how to do all this stuff. But you know what? Yeah, times are tough, So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just do this here quick. So let me get my paints. I got two different types of paints. I got this one here, and I have a little bit more of a, yes, these two paints are the paints I use to Japa. Right, so this is the paints, right? So this is the Japa's colors right there, and you see notice the black things. We're gonna work on that, okay? So what I'm gonna do that as I'm talking to you, my people. So go ahead, feel free to ask me any questions because I enjoy just talking as I'm painting. The reason why I'm wearing the gloves in this hand is because I'm a righty, so let's go do that. So this is Japa. He'll be my muse. Hello, Japa the muse. And let's see. I might have to just can you guys see him? No, right here, right here. Okay, you see him right here. So I'll put him here as the color muse. You shall be my color muse. And happy October, everybody. This is my birth month. This is hey, nice. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I have some more statues too, but we're just gonna keep it simple. So let's see. This is the Japa. This is Japa pre-painted. Thank you so much, Star Wars Society. We've been watching Star Wars and Star Wars Society. They are so cool. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Here you go. This is one really close up. This is what it looks like further away. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and start giving it the color, giving it the business. So the thing I like about the whole, I've always talked about masking tape and how masking tape has been like a really cool thing for me, and I totally enjoy it. I really do, because what happens is it's a versatile type thing. Oh, thank you for all the emojis. I really appreciate that. All the reactions. That's great stuff. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm One Life Must Art. I just got this really cool Lego set that I'm just really happy about. So I'm gonna put this little here. I don't use too much water with my paints, but that's beside the point. Okay, so you're looking at. I always start off with the belly, because when you do the belly is the best part. Get that done with, because it's sometimes hard to balance the belly. You can balance, the belly and the belly and the middle. Okay, so whatever. Just stop talking. Just start working. Here it goes. Here's one yellow. All right. I'm gonna take my time with this because this is the time where you just kind of sit down and think about stuff. So the cow kicking Nelly in the belly in the barn. Oh, great! Just fall behind there, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And the thing about masking tape is that if it ever gets like point where it looks like it wants to break, what you can actually do is that you can actually reconstitute it and just add more tape to it, and then do the first things again, and you'll have a structure that's beautiful once again. One thing, this is the seal that I use. This is called use a Mod Podge. I use Mod Podge as a seal, and I've been doing this for a number of years. I've done this for about 6 years. It's gonna be 7 years coming up real soon. When the new year strikes, I'll be doing this masking tape sculpting art for 7 years. And so here's this one here. Subscribe to your channel, and I know I started to like you. No likes to something love videos and streams. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I hope your channel goes well. I'll follow you too. So Star Wars Society. Definitely follow me. I'll follow you back. I'll find you in there's a thing where you can see the view your subscribers and stuff. Could you guys hear me by the way? Oh yeah, right here. You can view your subscribers, and it shows me all the people who follow and who like my stuff. So that really means a lot to me. And I'm sorry I haven't been making so much art lately. It's been just a lot of things. Like when I get done from work, sometimes I'm just so exhausted. I can't do anything. And we've been watching Fear of the Walking Dead. Right, so if you listened to before, we started watching The Walking Dead, right? I had gotten bitten by a family member back in back in March of this year, and so that kind of spun my thinking, like, what's the whole thing about this whole uh, you know, what happens when people get bitten by other humans? Well, the good thing is that that person didn't draw any blood, and but it did break the skin. I ended up having to go to the hospital, and but it didn't go like I didn't have to get my arm chopped off like I do in the movies and stuff, which is great, which is always great because I like my arms, I need them. But so it was like it bit me right here on my hand, just like teeth marks. But you know what? Just tell you about that another time. I just kind of tell you a little story. But I'll go back to the Walking Dead thing. It was for real. It's a real situation. It really happened, and it really happened. The police had to get involved, and but anyway, we've been watching Fear of the Walking Dead, and Fear of the Walking Dead has been an interesting show because I like the original Walking Dead. Fear of the Walking Dead is just it's kind of it got to a point where I wanted like all the characters to die. I was just like all of them just let them all die. But I mean like there was one character that I really liked, and when that character they got rid of him, I was just upset because I was saying why they just kind of the whole heart of the story just shifted, you know and it's like watching your favorite character and all of a sudden that person's no longer there. And so you're an artist. I want to be an artist. Like to my channel, Happy Halloween. Oh wow, cool. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. So we don't really celebrate Halloween, but we do go out and do Halloween things. Like for example, we don't decorate the house in like macabre and things of the dead. That's not my thing. If you look at all my art is happy art. I just make happy, shiny, happy art. I don't make art that's angry because I always figure that what, somebody's gonna see this and want to be inspired somehow with the work that we do. Or did I do with this? Now that my family know how to do this stuff too as well. So I make happy art. But for the most part though, it's one of those things where it's like we dress up and then we go around the neighborhood and go get candy. We take the kids to go get some candy because you know what happened to give out candy for free on those days when you dress up in a costume. So we do that, and that's why I have cavities and my kids do not. It's weird. I actually have cavities. My kids don't have cavities. You know that? It's a testimony of how good my wife is with the children in terms of the fact that our toothpaste that we have is fluoride free, and that's another thing too. We shocked our dentists. They're like, "No, if you don't have fluoride in your toothpaste, your kids are gonna have messed up teeth." And we're like, you know, joke's on you. Only I have cavities. So I mean, I don't use the fluoride either, but that's beside the point. The point is, I had cavities, and then my wife had to have, some tooth thing the other day, and that was no fun. Let me tell you, because we grew up in the world where cavities. Let's see. Are you a fan of Aliens? It's a movie of aliens taking over the world. That's an alien show. I haven't seen that one, by the way, because I don't have I don't see streaming. We have a couple of streaming services, right? We do, and it's like every time you pay for a streaming service, you have to kind of like with the one streaming service that we have right now, we have a Fandango. We used to have Hulu. But so now what we do, we kind of like I watch a lot of movies on YouTube because YouTube has this thing where you could pay for movies. We used to do that a lot, but then what happened was that we bought like series. So for example, we were watching like the Star Trek series, right? Watching all the Star Trek, the Next Generation, and then I bought the Deep Space Nine, right? Bought the Deep Space Nine stuff, and so Deep Space Nine is it's pretty cool, but we haven't gotten into that yet because we're still finishing up. We're up to season 6 of Star Trek: The Next Generation. So that's kind of something there. This here is one of my fish monster. This is one of the Ammonites. There's a whole story that goes along with this, but Ammonite. Just remember that Ammonite. If I could find them, I'll show it to you. I got some like little people there. I make people by the way, and that's something there. A lot of fun. Oh, this is one of my I was gonna try to make a coelacanth. But it's more like just a bluefish. Because I like fish. I like fish monsters. But anyway, so yeah, the Alien one, Alien Earth one, I want to watch that. I really do. because that's a really cool concept. I remember I was watching this episode of Samurai Jack, right? The last episode of Samurai Jack, where they had season 8 or something. The final season, right? Right, where it's like they kind of have a thing at the very end of it. Well, anyway, so they have a take where one of the characters, right, that's Samurai Jack is with there's a whole thing where the alien ship crashes, and the alien ship has all these dangerous aliens on board. And they see how to neutral, and there's like kind of like shapeshifters and like individual like slugs and stuff like that. When they form together, they form into a big creature that you have to kind of kill each and every one of the little worm thingies to kill them. But they have a way to detonate and destroy that one. But for the most part, though, that's kind of the scenario. Where, hold on. Okay. All right. All right. So what happens is that they had a thing to detonate the creatures, right? And what they did was that they had he had to figure out how to do it. So Samurai Jack is fighting with I forget the name of the girl he was with. I can't remember her name right now, but the girl ended up getting married. It's very cool. The last episode of Samurai Jack, but that episode had a ship loaded with aliens that crashed on the planet, and they came out and they were like dangerous aliens, and so it's kind of the same concept of the whole alien Earth thing. Now I don't know, it's like sometimes they have it in the woods, but I guess someone fell out in the city. But if you had a popular YouTuber as a friend, who would that be? Okay, well, that's I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's like, because I kind of cycle through. It depends on the time. Like sometimes, like before, I was very much into a lot more politics and stuff, and I'm just kind of away from politics now. I mean, I talk politics every so often. So there's a couple of people I watched during the times, and then I had people who were like really cool, like during the pandemic and stuff like that, to kind of help guide us through. And then they got kind of weird on the other side. So I don't know. And then it's like, I don't know. Probably there's a guy, I think he's cool. It's called Anomaly. I would mind. I would love to hang out with him. He seems pretty cool guy. Pretty chill. That'd be cool to just meet Anomaly. And he does like his videos and takes. He's always like just kind of. Anyway, he says a lot of things, and mad respect. So there's another guy I started listening to, and for some reason I can't remember his name. I think it's I just started listening to him a couple days ago. He's really funny. He's like a black dude, and he just talking about like his life, and it's just kind of all the different things. And he's saying about like just really funny stuff. He looks like my brother-in-law, like also my nephew. Let's see, mine would be unspeakable. Okay, I had a properly to refer. Okay, well, okay, oh, okay. Well, whatever it was got retracted. So I don't know. So okay, so that one there. This is yellow. Oh, I haven't. Okay, so whenever I have like more paint than I need, right? Because this is the one set, the other one's going to be this one, so I have to wait for that part to dry before I start adding this part. Whenever I have more paint than I need, right? Like for example, I have paint here in the palette. What I do sometimes, I just take it and I add it to an already completed sculpture. Like for example, here's this one, right? This one here, her name is Saffron. There was a show called Serenity, a movie called Serenity, and the show was Firefly's episodes. So I have some extra of this color. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add some colors to her, and then, so she's already been sealed and all that. But so what I do, I kind of put a little bit extra on the one so I don't waste the paint, Yeah, she's like a hammerhead salamander, and she's a female. She got the lady parts, as you can see. And so I just kind of add a little bit more extra paint so that I don't waste the paint on this one here. So that's what happens there. Don't waste the paint by not using up. So I can always, whenever there's like a break, you kind of just add it to it. So for example, let me show you this here, right? You have it like on the back. I take her to DoorDash with me. I take these different ones and then make little DoorDash stores. They walk in delivering food. I don't do DoorDash anymore. I've stopped doing DoorDash since like March of last year. I got really tired of it. It was just kind of like just psychotic, because it was like, I mean, maybe it's better now or something, but the more I did it, the more I realized that it's just one, it was killing my car, and finally my car that I had last year is gone, so we have another car now, and I definitely don't want to use this car for DoorDash or Roadie. I was using Roadie too. Roadie is a pretty cool thing. It's kind of like a Best Buy type thing where you actually have doing delivery for Best Buy, and that was pretty cool. So I got delivered TVs and microwaves and stuff like that. And no video game consoles, but coffee machines and things like that. But it was always fun. And so you had to kind of make sure these people got their stuff, and that was the thing. So one time I had to deliver a TV, and I brought it all the way inside, all the way to the door, and I couldn't leave it there because it's like, I gotta make sure that people, because otherwise you leave something in the hallway. Well, the neighbor's got a new TV. That's what it means. It's like, oh, where'd you get a TV from? It's your TV, that kind of thing. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I liked it, but then I realized the difficulty of it. And then when you start doing the math on it, because you see, the thing is, like, these apps don't pay for your car. They give you money for the job, but you have to maintain all the other stuff. Do you play Fortnite? No, no, I don't play Fortnite. Um, well, let's see, what game I play. I do those the Just Play stuff. The ones that are Just Play. I should put a link for that. The Just Play stuff where they give you money onto your PayPal account. I've been kind of working on that because I just got space on my phone, which is another reason I've been kind of dealing with like drawbacks and stuff, because sometimes I have no space on my phone and I like upload or download everything just onto my external drives, just so I can have everything backed up, so I have space on my phone, because this camera on my phone, right, what it does is that it takes, hey Guggenheir, how you doing? And then so definitely, you guys, please follow Guggenheir. Guggenheir is a really cool artist. That's one of the really cool artists you should definitely follow. Her works are really cool. If you get a chance to, that's like, she's my daughter, so please, if you want to follow her works and see how cool her stuff is, please do that. Guggenheir Studios. She's right there in the link right there. I don't know if you can see it, because I know I can see when people write me stuff, but I don't know if you can see when people write me stuff. But as Guggenheir, I have a link for that in my bios for her channel. So yeah, shout out to my daughter. But for the most part, though, that was really cool. So yeah, the kind of the subject of all of my separation and anxiety with my kids. But for the most part, though, they were gone for some time, and now they're back, and I'm really happy about that. So yeah, I think she has a long tongue too. Her tongue can extrude. I go, yeah, like that. Blah blah blah. Yep. Because what happens, these guys, right? I don't know what they were like in real life, because all we have is the head of them. So we don't have like the whole creature. We just have the head, and the head is arrow shape. So anyway, so this is a Diplocalus, six-legged, because I've been on the six-legged trip thing. It's just amazing. I made a person with 6 arms, and I haven't finished that one yet. That was one of my models I modeled in my class. I'm still working on her sculpture. But you didn't come here to see that. You came here to see me paint this fish monster. So that's what you came here to do. So I'm gonna go back to. I'm gonna put her up here. Hope she doesn't fall over. It's like, that's the thing. See, the thing is you have this blue background thing, right? And you don't want it to get dirty. And good morning, FLF. Good morning. Good morning, USA. USA. Good morning, USA. That's USA, of course. I'm just being silly. So yeah. So what I do, I have like the paint here. I'm gonna add some orange to this paint here, and this is like a waterproof palette type thing. It doesn't absorb in, which is awesome. So I'm gonna take the opportunity to add some more paint here. So I decided to go with this setup today, because I was like, you know what, I'm not quite sure how to do this in a way that you can see what I'm doing. And for a long time I was like, well, should I even do this? Should I just go and just get this stuff done and then come back to you? And these gloves, by the way, are chemical resistant gloves, which is really nice. Really good gloves, right? They're chemical resistant. So I have a whole story for that too, let me tell you. But I'll tell you that another day as well. Like this here. So this part here is pretty much dry, but I still have the gloves. So I'm gonna wet part, right? The whole yellow part wet. And so this is so cool. Again. All right. I have to add more stuff to the. I just realized that Joppa has stocks, right? On this Joppa. Mm-hmm. 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 So that one has stalks, this one doesn't. This one has just like a fish head. Fish head! Alright, so this is how we do it. This is how we make this beautiful fish color. You're not even going to the description about the kind of color paints it is. And that's good. So for the most part though, there's like this is the head right here. See, this goes to, I have a fan who I really appreciate, and she buys a lot of my fish monsters, to which I'm so grateful. Because you know what, honestly, I love doing classes, but I also love doing commissions. And when I do commissions, people just, it means so much to me, because one, they get to have a piece of my art of one, because This will be different. Even though it's cloned after, you know, Joppa, it'll still be its own fish. Its own man, its own fish, you know, kind of thing. So that'll happen is like it just continues to do it be itself as opposed to, you know, a copy. Like that's why it's like every fish is a one of one. Even though it looks the same, very similar, it's still one of one. You see that? See how nice it is, nice and pretty. So let's see. I'm back. What's up? What's up? Back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So let's see. I'm gonna paint the arm. Okay, so you have it like the arm is here. Like this. So yeah, and it really shines nicely. I'm gonna go right to the palm with it. You see the thing is, I might actually have to put like more fins in it because see in the Joppas. Look. And this one doesn't have the pad. You see the between the fingers is kind of like just straight bones. I'm gonna have to add some pads. That I'm gonna have to redo this the tape on that. I tell you, when I was doing the classes, right, the classes with the people, I really enjoyed it. We had live models, we had men and women, right, pose. We had with clothes, without clothes, and it was just a really wonderful time. And what I mean it was like wonderful is because it was such a cool experience. Because imagine doing this, right, making a cool thing like this, and then you get a chance to actually have people pose, and that was awesome because you know the human form is what always is always coveted in art. People are always trying to redo the human form and copy that because you can copy that, and then if you can form them in tape, you know, and then you just form them and you do this, you know, this thing here. It's really cool. So the thing is, like, what I was bummed about was I never got a chance to paint the people, like you know, as a tape model. I do it later, but not in class. Class never allowed for such a thing, you know. It was just like one of those things. Even though I know I'm in charge of class, my class was about learning technique. See, I have a dream. I have a dream. Don't we all? I have a dream. So the dream is that I want to do more of this with a lot more people, and I just would love to have a whole gaggle of people. That's like many gooses, many a gaggle like ducks, many tons and tons of people who can do this with me, because then we could do like a really cool, like, you know, art project, a really big one. There's a group of people called tape art, right? Tape art, and they do like blue tape. I'm strictly like masking tape and construction grade tape, but they use the painter's tape, and their painter's tape that they use is so cool. They go to kids hospitals and they do this really wonderful thing, and they really inspired me a lot because I just have, you know, there's not that many other tape art people. I mean, a lot of people who use tape to as an in between step, but not as an end step. You know, so for example, you see this here, and I'm making this. Well, many people don't stop here. They just keep going, and they put like either clay on top of it, or they paint it with some other stuff. They epoxy resin it, or it's a step between a step. But to actually stop here on this stage, and to actually make something of masking tape, and that be masking tape, as opposed to, you know, just being a in between step, like you're on your way up the stairs. Oh, this is step number 3, but no, this is the last step is the masking tape, and when I do that. So that's the kind of thing there. Do you get inspiration for the pattern from a leopard gecko? No, he's actually like a triggerfish. No, not triggerfish, but for this one, this is I don't know, it's like a spotted, like some kind of spotted coral fish, you know. And so the thing is, like, the diplocollises would be considered freshwater. Like all the diplocollises would be freshwater, but all the fish monsters would be saltwater. So they'd be like deep ocean type thing, right? So they have like ocean fish that have this kind of pattern, like a triggerfish. Like for example, I can't put this in my mouth and try and talk. It just doesn't make sense. But you have here, she's a triggerfish. This is a pattern of a triggerfish, right? And I'll show you a much better triggerfish picture, so you can actually see what I'm saying. It's probably, is it back here? It's gonna be somewhere I can't reach it. I don't know where it is. It's over here. No, it's not there. It's. Where are you? Oh, I think you're here. Okay, there, you're back here. Okay, here it is. So this is a triggerfish, right? This is what a triggerfish looks like, and this is like he's like a goldfish, but a goldfish, a spotted goldfish. So he's like the trigger fish is Jimba. So I'll show you. All right, this one here. Make it lean back a little bit more. I gotta clamp this. I gotta clamp this so it stays up. Let me see if I can clamp it. Okay, I gotta put this in. Hold on a second. As I experience some technical difficulty. Number one, let me show you the. This is this, right? This is the right, so you have that. See, this is the triggerfish. It's like hello Dolly. So this is a triggerfish picture, and so she's like a multicolored, and she glows in the dark, right? And then you have that's Jimba. Next, I'm gonna attach this. See, that's where it's good. Close. All right, that there. I'm gonna bring you up so you don't damage my stuff. Saffron. Oh goodness. All right, so here I'm gonna clamp it here like this. That way it stays up and move Saffron just a little bit forward. She's like, I'm a beautiful creature, am I not? Yes, you are. Yes, indeed. So the thing is like, tell me more about my eyes. Okay, your eyes are blue. Oh. So anyway, so there's like that. So you have this here, this one here. I'm gonna put her right here. So she's there. Now I gotta put my gloves back on because when you take your gloves off, you gotta. Oh no! So, see, that's the thing too. Make sure you put your brush back into the water. So you don't have a situation like that where you end up painting the floor, because when you paint the floor you get a conversation later about why you should paint the floor. And so, but it's good if you catch it before then, because you know the way things work. Alright, so this is the one I hold the all the models with, and this is the one I paint with. I want to show you guys some more stuff. This is another one here. This is like this is what Saffron looks like in her basic lizard form. This is Saffron basic lizard form. Did you get inspiration for a pattern from a leopard gecko? Leopard geckos? No, these are like almost like this one's a banded gecko. A banded gecko, and you see the tail how thick it is? This is like made of Instamorph. So this one is the same color paint, right? And it's Instamorph. And it's really cool. See how that one? This one looks like one of those safari toys, you know? And like really good safari toys. And this is like one I made, and you can see the little feet too. Alright, little feet, little toes, little toesies. Alright, and you can see the crest on the back, and you see the tail. Almost like they can see the muscle underneath. But this is all molded plastic, right? You have this guy here, and this one is this is a Saffron. The Saffron version, Diplocollagen form. Diplocollagen form is when it's upright. Alright, Diplocollagen, like, you know, reptilian, that kind of idea. So this is a salamander form. This is hit with the mutagenic, so now it's like a Ninja Turtle or something. Here you go. There you have it. Oh, we've been watching that too, by the way. We only watched like 2 episodes of Ninja Turtles, and the kids love it. The original Ninja Turtles, one from the 1980s, 87 and stuff. 87, 89, around there. Before the movie came out, and they made the live action. Well, my kids like that. They like that a lot. And, but we're still watching the Star Trek Next Generation, trying to finish that up, because reasons. So when we finish that, we're going to go into the next season, or watch a couple of movies from because there's a bunch of movies that are kind of in between, you know, start the Next Generation and stuff like that, and that's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. That's gonna be great. So yeah, so you have that. This. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just painting the legs and the body. Please ask me some more questions. I want to answer some more questions, so feel free. Ask me some weird question, but not too weird, because I don't want to be like, you know, I don't want to embarrass anybody. All right, so, but ask me some questions about like the art, and then what's your favorite fish monster? My favorite fish monster is Loch Ness monster, because he's awesome. My favorite land monster is the Bigfoot, and my favorite Arctic land monster is a Yeti. That's why I made Yetis and Bigfoot and all those creatures, because, you know, I like them. Yeah, honestly, I like the art that I make, and it's fun. So, you know, if you don't like it, that's just too bad. But I like it, and I like making it for people. I like when people buy my stuff, and I like people, you know, because at the end of the day, if you don't buy the artist's stuff, the artist stops making art, because they got to do other stuff, you know. And that's something that's very important, very, very important. If you like an artist, support them. You know, support them with cash, lots and lots of cash. Buy their stuff. Tell your friends about them, because an artist, you know, we have a story to tell, and we can't not art. We have to art. That's why it's called One Life Must Art, baby. See right there, OLMA, O-L-M-A, One Life Must Art. So you must art, because it's like this. You have to tell a story. Everybody has a story to tell. So you got to figure out what your story is and go tell it. You know, what you want to say to the peoples. What you want to bestow upon the land, because you know, sometimes God tells people to do stuff all the time. And you have to go do what he tells you, because that's how it is. If he tells you to go build an ark in the middle of a desert, dang right you're going to build an ark in the middle of the desert. Because if you don't, I mean, I mean, why fight it? Remember what happened to Jonah when he tried to fight it? Mm-hmm. Where did he end up? Mm-hmm. That's a good example. And you know, that was one of his favorite stories, because you have it where he actually had a 100% success rate. He got everybody that repented, and he was so mad. He was a madman. So you got that. This is this here, right? And so this one, I've let this jammy dry. So I gotta clamp it. Let that jammy dry right there. What else we have? This one. You have this one for this one. Now you're probably wondering, how do I make this pattern so cool? Did you ever make a clownfish before? You know, I never made a clownfish, actually. The one I have closest to a clownfish would be the kind of pattern like this, but I've never made a clownfish. You know, I mean, maybe somebody might ask for a commission for a clownfish, and I could, you know, figure out a new pattern. Because there's so many, like, sea creatures that are so cool that when you start looking at them, you're like, man, this is great stuff. Sea creatures are amazing. So I have a sea creature book that I look at so often. But the greatest inspiration when you go to a museum, you go to a museum and you see the creatures there for yourself. You get a chance to see, either go to an aquarium and you see them alive, you go to a museum and you see them dead, or you go to a pet shop and you could buy some of them. So we never had any saltwater fish, because I heard saltwater fish are the hardest to take care of. And so this is pretty much, you know, see, this is pretty much like dried, just a little bit of there. There's not too much to do anything with, right? So at this point, what I do, I just flip it to the next channel, like here. I flip it up, and I go to my next one. That way I don't cross-contaminate the colors. But this palette paper is the best. Got it at like at Walmart. So now I don't want to contaminate my drawing with this one. So I have two options. I can either throw this away, let it dry, right? Let it dry. And you know, I was working on my Dremel. I had my Dremel today, and I think I might have put it away. I did put it away. Yeah, I did. So what happens is that the Dremel, and I was cutting this thing here with this. You see this right here? This is like a really cool like thing, and it's a thing. It's a stick. It looks like it was gonna be like some kind of like a door thingy, but it's a thing. All right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and show you some more people. So there's some people that I'm working on. All right. The following scene contains some nudity. Viewer discretion advised. So here goes. So here, this one. This is some naked people. You've seen this one already. So she's like, when I went to the fish people house, I made this one here. When I went to, and this one here is most recent. So he's like a dude, and I covered him because he's like, you know, he's got his little thingy. So yeah, there we go. So you got that. So for the most part, there you have it. Some nudie people. Yes, he came here for the nudie. So that's what happens. That's what you see. That's all you get, people. Those of you who didn't see it, you missed out. You missed out. Okay, so now back to a regular scheduled program. We have this thing here. It's like we have the fish monster right there, right? Then we have, I also have a, this one here. I'm gonna work on this one. This one is the Jimba. So Jimba is my next one. While this one's drying, I'm gonna work on this one here. So there's several ways to do this. I could just paint her, right? But I also had it prepared. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do some of the preparation ones that I did, and then we're gonna just kind of further present. So for this one, it's a little more complex because this is more like almost like a wallpapering for this one. So I'm going to do a little bit of wallpapering with this one to see how it works. Okay. Well, what can we do? What can we do? I have to get my colors. So my colors for her, you got yourself some black, and you got yourself some green. And the green that I have, the glow in the dark. This is a green reflective black light. And then this one here is super reflective. It's FX paint, super reflective. And this one here is let's see, green, black, white, pink. Oh wait, I'm gonna. She's kind of soul-y, look like soul. If I give her a pink face, what do you think? Actually, I'm off target right now. I should stay on target. Yeah, stay on target because she's wearing gloves and. Alright, so let's not mess up. Let's put Oma back right there. See it right there? Oh my, oh no, my curtain. My curtain. Oh, my curtain. So this right here. Oh, I don't want that guy in my curtain. I'm gonna put this up in this manner, and I'm gonna put her on it like this, so she can hold. So see, right there, boom. She's holding it together. Right. The next thing is I'm gonna see if I start wallpaper in this one. This is kind of like my I could probably just paint it. I don't know, maybe paint it better than wallpaper. Okay, so we have I need black paint. I don't have black paint. I do have my brushy thing. All right, so I was using a Dremel before. This is my my cutting tool. This one is my Dremel cutting tool. All right, cut up tool. This is like a Dremel's Ryobi. It's Ryobi, and this goes up to like 6. Oh, 5. I think it's 6. Nope, it goes up to 5. 5 as a high speed. And it's pretty cool. So this is their yeah. So anyway, so that's something there right there. I can't believe I'm talking for 46 minutes. That's crazy. Wow. So anyway, so here's this one here. This is gonna be like you know what happens is like the tires trying to catch up with me because I've had like a long day. I might have to like no, don't get off sidetrack. Okay, let's see. Let's try the wallpaper thing, shall we? Let's do that. I gotta make eyes for her too, and then I have to drill holes into her head to make eyes. Then that's gonna be fun. So what we're gonna do is this, right? What I'm gonna go ahead and just start the wallpaper and process of this one. So to wallpaper something, you have to get some scissors. These are my scissors. These are my trusty dusty scissors. These are called Cutco. As you can see, when you take them, you can actually take them apart like this, and they become 2 individual weapons for fighting zombies when you get to fight zombies. That's one. So when you have that there, it also makes it easy to clean too, by the way. You can do that in clean. That sucker back together. And this thing can cut pennies in half. Alright? So let's go ahead and wallpaper this bad boy. The thing is this, right? When I have my camera there, I can't take any pictures. I can't put any of these pictures on Instagram, so that's kind of where I'm at. Let's use my other camera, which I just might do that. So I'm gonna do that right now. And get some pictures real quick. Because you know what happens, you don't get a picture, so you're like, oh, I wish I should have gotten pictures. So this one here, that one, and then this is the chapa, cause chapa chupacabra. So chapa, and then you have saffron, and then you have this guy here, 6 legs, and then you have Olima. It would be so cool to do some wire work, like have people on wires and stuff like that, and have them just like, you know, like doing some cool something on wires, like flying across the field or something, you know. But for the most part, let me just get this picture here, because you know, once you get the picture, you have to kind of do it differently. So we're gonna do this. Let's start wallpapering this thing. Let's see. I need a Jimba, you shall be here, and you shall be my muse, and I shall call you Musy. What's up, Musy? Play some music for me, Musy. Okay, so you have this here. I'm gonna have to just, can you see this? Can you guys see this? Okay, so I'm gonna clip it from the ear to here, and you're gonna be right there. So I'm gonna see it right there. That way I can do this, and you can see it cool. So, all right, let's do. California knows how to party. So let's see. This is anybody from California up in his house? That's right. Well, I'm from New York City. We're in New York City. So okay, so pretty much today with work was kind of interesting, because it's like we have this fire, right? That's really cool. I can't tell you more details about that, too much details, but I could say that we have this really cool fire at work. It's a fake fire. It's not made of real. It's not real fire. It's like a vapor. And so if you look up, there's like a vapor type thing. So here's like the fish. Fish. And you know, I made another fish because just guess why. Just guess why. So there's fish and fish. Anyway, so So this is all time in the making. So just know that this is not like I just made this, you know, today. Oh, and the thing, I gotta take these gloves off because, you know, when you're doing wallpaper, you need to have your fingers not stick to your gloves. That's always never fun. So here we go. So let me see. So I have this, and how I do this is that I take it and I cut the fish in half. In half, so make it easier to work with. First you have that. Put the jam right there. This one here, and then you find all the parts that are similar. So take that here, because you have to be able to work with it, and you need to just have it like it's totally cool. And the cool thing about this is that when you do this, you actually are able to expand and contrast a lot more stuff that you can do. So I'm going to put you here, or here. Then we're going to take this and we're going to start off with the face part. Right, so face part, right? Take that chamois right here. I'm going to clip it right here. This. Cover your eye. So yeah, so I'm just chopping up this fish. Chopping this fish up. Right, and then just going to take it like this. And we're going to slice right there. You like it like that. Boom. Now that. Oh, oops. We're going to take this and we're going to look at our original and we're going to do this right here. Right here, right now. Okay, right there, right there. And you have that right there. So you have this is the one part, right? And you have this is another part. This is some complexity too, by the way. This is like, you see this and you're like, oh wow, this is complex. And it's like, actually it is pretty complex. So, just to let you know, we do complex things here. That's how we roll. So you have that, right? So you have that. So now you have this part of the face, and then you can chop it up some more, or you can just kind of cut it to make it more detail. But then you also could finish it up with the marker. So you have that. So you have it like this goes up, that goes up. So you have that there as well, right? And no, I've never made a clownfish before. I need to. Clownfish is very important. I should do that. Okay, next you have on this one here you have a dot behind the head. So we're gonna add some more of this part here. So I'm just gonna cut it quick here. This and then this, and it's so cool because when you do this, you get like a really cool design. That's not any design, and it's never gonna be the same again. So now you have like a really cool fish face design. That's all like really awesome. Oh, and just this one. And then don't worry about the white at the bottom. Don't worry about that white part, right? And next part is see there's green parts, and so you might have to actually have to paint that in there. But you take some of these parts here, and you just do what you can with it. So, for example, you see how the dots are on the side? We're gonna just kind of take it and see if we can make some dots on the side. And if you want to make anything stretch, you just take it and then you cut it like so, and you're not seeing it because I have it facing me, but I'm going to show you in a second what I mean. You see all the excess parts is the excess parts you don't need. You can use this to make all kinds of stuff because masking tape is totally zero waste type thing. You know, of course you really make a bad mistake and then you're just like, dang, I really made a bad mistake. For the most part though, it's not. So if you want to double your effort, you just slice right down the middle of your image. So that. And then now you're gonna add this to the body right here. This way going up this way. Right? That and that. So now you have this one like this. Right? So then after that you go to the other side because now you slice it so nicely. You go and do this other piece here. The part that you cut in half, you just cut that piece there too. Remember, don't have to be perfect, it just have to be a cool pattern that you can copy. That's what it comes down to. So you have that. So you just look how you had it on this side, and you just kind of follow suit on the other side because it's going to be balanced. So this right here for about from there to about there. Right, and so you have that, see? This, and then this. See, and the next one, you just kind of follow through it more. So the same thing, you just kind of cut another piece right down the middle, right there. Just right through, right through, right through. And then you just take the piece, you leave a piece there. You take this piece here, you don't have to have all this extra excess. You just kind of cut away from all the details because you're gonna fill in the blanks later. But you need like a solid piece. You don't have to even do this, but I like to do this because this is what I do. All right, so this is there. It doesn't have to line up, but it has to have its own pattern. So make it like this right here. Right, so you have So this is the pattern, like that, right? Doesn't have to match up to the one on top, but just know it's its own pattern, so you're going to complete the pattern there. Have you seen the colors of a parrotfish? The combination colors is so beautiful. You should consider making a sea monster with them. Oh, I will. I have all these really cool sea monster ideas that I want to put together. That's very good. It's always the patterns. The patterns is the hard part to try and figure out how to make them. But yeah, a parrotfish is beautiful. They like the beak of the parrotfish. They're great. I've seen those. You know, I think we've seen some in real life. I think we went to the museum, or museum I saw some in the aquarium. Because the aquarium has some like parrotfish. So then there's that. Okay, so you have that. So you have this pattern there, and yeah, I have a bunch of fishes that I have. So these fish monsters are like my favorite to make because they're they're just my own character design. So there's that one. Now, if we did it right, we were down to a couple more pieces. So we're not wasting any imagery. So we're gonna take this piece here, and thank you so much. I'm gonna take this piece here, and we're gonna go ahead and just kind of clip it. So now we have this piece here. We're gonna put it on the hand, like right here. This is like a design part here, like that, like a skill set design. So you have that, and you have one here too. All right, so it doesn't have to be balanced, but it just looks like an eyes. When like that, you have like eyes coming at ya. Right? So you have that. All right, so there's that. You have the bottom jaw, which I can't really do right now, but I have these ones here. Add some more of this one. So this is gonna go on the top of the head. Is green. I don't have any green for that. Let's see the legs. Oh, spots on the legs. There's spots on the legs too. There's spots on the legs. All right. So when you get like this, right, you have it where you can continue with a different color. So I'm gonna put some yellow on it to give you some of that that cool perspective. So this is the same yellow. It's like a bright yellow, right? You see that? So we're gonna have to paint that. So I'm gonna put my gloves back on. My gloves should be dry, so I'm gonna put some yellow paint. Right. So I'm gonna switch it back to the this one here. This is the that. Oh my word! So bad. I forgot. Oh, I have the other set right here. So let me just before I do that, let me just switch back to this one, and then have the other set here. So that we have that, we can actually. I have this whole part of the fish here I haven't even touched. See, I forgot this part. Right. So we have this. Before I put the gloves back on, put the gloves back over here. And what we do is we're gonna go ahead and just add more details to the fish. So I'm like, why am I running out of? I thought I had more than this, but nope, I do, and I didn't run out. So right there down the middle, right down the middle of this, right, middle, and then cut it like down the middle of that. So you want to get this here as well. So what I'm doing is that I'm just kind of getting the patterns, right? It's already well distinct and well designed, right there. Cool. Then what I'm doing is I'm going to add it to the fish. Then I'm going to finish up the pattern on the fish, like a wallpaper. So that's something there. So this is there. Wallpaper and fish. And you try to make it, so what you do in order to make it balance, best way to do it is to just cut the circle. Cut the circle in half and then cut that circle from the other sides. See, and I also have yellow. I have a faded yellow. I think those are the glow in the dark ones. And you have that. Put this here. Put this right up here. Right. So you have that. Right. So you have this piece here. This piece is like a pieces, right? And then you have this piece here with some more things too as well. So I'm going to go and add that to further back. You can actually make it come further back down to this tail. And see, the pattern in this one's going to be a lot different than the other one because, again, every fish monster is a different pattern. It doesn't have to be the same. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but it has to like have a cool pattern to it. See, like this? See the pattern? How that works? Very, very cool, right? Sea monsters with them. Yes, I love making sea monsters. They're so cool. So now you have yellow. So yellow here. Right? So this, chop the yellow. And then you take the yellow and you just cut it out really nicely. And then this part here. So now you have this part here is the body of the fish. And right there. You put it there. And now you can cut this in half. You cut this one in half right here. Oh, thank you so much, Guggenir. And you cut it in half right there. Now you have a balance. Is it a balance? You have this here, right? And it goes up towards the back there. You have that, and I have this, and you have this one here on the other side. And it's yellow to the edge. Right, so you have that. So this is actually a wallpapered fish. You know, it's getting this. You have the eye on the the hands and the eye, and you have that. Then you have the design. So the design is going to get filled out the more when I have more paint to fill it up. So because I mean, you could wallpaper a house the same way, and you could fill in the blanks with regular paint. It's just a matter of, see, sometimes art is just a matter of just doing, you know? You're just getting up and doing it. That's it. And this has been taking me forever to do because I have been just dragging my feet, you know? And because we've had camp, we've had traveling, we've had so many things that happen at work, we've had sicknesses and injuries, we've had a whole bunch of stuff that happened between the start of this fish and this almost completion. So yeah, so when you're like, working on stuff, you're like, oh my goodness. And it's that I just get like, we've been watching the Walking Dead stuff, so that's kind of been interesting there too. The Fear of Walking Dead, and that's, I don't know if I like it as much. I think the original Walking Dead one was so much more fun. This Fear of the Walking Dead one is kind of like I was glad when they got rid of some characters. Let me tell you, I was like, yay! We started clapping. But for the most part, though, it was like one of those things where it's just like, it's just too long and painful. It really is just too long and painful. A little bit too long and painful for my liking sometimes. So I'm just like, eh. So the other day we just kind of got to the crescendo. And I'm like, okay, I can't. I can't watch any more of this. But now we're almost to season 5, and I heard season 5 is crazy. Crazy as like somebody. I can't even begin to say what they were saying about it. But thank you so much for all the hearts. Oh my word. All right, thank you so much for all the hearts. Let's see, we have this one. I'm gonna add some more spicy yellow to it, some more black. Use some green for the mouth, for the bottom. I'm gonna just give you a yellow mouth, and oh goodness, give you a yellow mouth, and from there, we're gonna just kind of paint it later. So let me do it this way. Your mouth will be yellow, your jaw, and then just kind of paint it. Yeah. So yeah, as you can hear, my voice, the tired is catching up to me. I have had a long day, but I'm gonna just kind of finish up real quick. Some of these things here, right? Just kind of this. You have this here. Right, so you have that, and then the side of the mouth. All right, you have that. It's going there, and so definitely, if you guys could support our channel by liking it, by visiting, by requesting a commission, just telling your friends about this kind of stuff that we do, that would be very, very, very helpful. But for the most part, though, I am going to add some more stuff to this fish. I'm gonna put it right here in the forehead, right there, right there. And then, let's see where you go. No, do it this way. Yes, do it this way. Yes. And that's right. I have like this. You got an eye on the forehead, right? So this is one there. Then we're gonna have put it like on its high fin. This high fin here. The high fin hat. The highest fin will go here. So put this one here like this. Like that. So now you have like this. So here you have this, and this is starting to really kind of like get really to the point where it's great. So where are we? So Comic-Con. I don't know. I heard there's gonna be some Star Trek at Comic-Con this year, and I don't know. There's gonna be some cool stuff, and there's also I know my kids would love to go to that, but it's like right now, it's like Comic-Con is like this weekend, and the thing with that is like we're hoping to do some things because this is our birthday month, and we're hoping to do some really cool things for the family together because we always do some cool things together. But yeah, that's one of the things I just think is just like it's great. So we are hoping to do something nice, and Comic-Con unfortunately isn't one of them. So yeah, it's one of those things where as much as we like it, we're like I mean, as much as I like it because it was like interesting, but it's kind of expensive just to go and look at people. I mean, it's maybe I should because but it's like no, I already got the Gremlin today. I already purchased the Gremlin, so that kind of knocks me out of that. It's like last year I didn't have a Gremlin to buy, but I did have a thing to go to, and I went and I was able to get a ticket for that, a ticket for the Comic-Con, which was like $75, which is not too bad, but then again, it is bad if you have a family of 6. So yeah, that's kind of a lot of money. So, but I just went by myself. I didn't take the whole family with me, and it worked out great in terms of like just going. But it was overwhelming at first because honestly, when you go do something like that, you're never quite sure. You have to kind of know what you want to do. before you get there, so you're not going to be like just you know, just kind of bumming around wasting time. So I had a thing where I said, let me go there and make some content. Let me go there and make some meet some people, do some commissions, make some, you know, and it was like pretty cool. Got a chance to meet a whole ton of people, and that was like a lot of fun to meet all these people and to talk with people. And one of my friends came to meet me. Her name was Inga. She got a chance to come and meet me, and it was like so cool just being able to go and do this art. I'm gonna move the eyes. This is not good eyeball stuff here. Yeah, I'm gonna switch it out. This is not here, and I'm gonna put this over somewhere else, like probably like here or something. Yeah, probably like right there. But it looks like eyes. Okay, so here's this one. So here you got this. This is what it looks like here. Now I gotta fill in all the blanks. See all the space in between gotta get filled in. So that's what I'm gonna do like a paint job for. Right, so what I'm gonna do, I am not gonna continue at this point, even though this is really good. I'm right at the 105 marker. I'm gonna go ahead and stop because I am turning into a pumpkin. I really am. So I don't want to be a pumpkin forever. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this down. We'll finish Joppa with the spots on Joppa soon, right? But not today. Unfortunately, I'm gonna turn the camera a little bit so you can see. The spots on Joppa we have to finish. The in between. So next time you see her, she'll be complete because she's almost there. And I don't know, this is some of the things there. But I want to thank you all so much for watching my channel tonight. It's been an honor to have you with me. Again, thank you so much for loving and being a loving person to care enough to take your time to watch an artist work on some artwork. And this is the second part of the stencil I'm going to add to, but just want you to know that I'm going to just stop here for now. Shout out to Human Connection Arts. Shout out to my friends who watch this. Shout out to my wife and my kids. Shout out to Rachel. Thank you for all the artists who support my art and my artwork. So God bless you. All right. Have a good night. I'm going to go to sleep. All right. God bless you. All right. Bye.